I made up my mind when I was 17. I ain't with no marriage in a wedding ring. I be a player for life. Get about a wife. Just ain't my type. Cause I mac each hoe and get richer. And if it ain't like that, then I forget you. Shout out Too Short. So there's a thing going on that I'm hearing a lot. You know, it's saying that men are trying to be players at 40. Your life's almost over. Some type of shit. I know y'all seen it. I've seen it plenty of times. So I figure I'm gonna speak on this shit because it needs to be spoken on, man. You know, consequently, I found the red pill because of not trying to be a player. If I was trying to be a player from day one, well, technically I was when I was a little young as 14-year-old kid and shit, you know what I mean? You know how that goes. But I always wanted a girlfriend. I really never wanted to be the player, you know what I mean? You know, I had little spurts here and there of wanting to be the player, but it was always in me to want one woman and to try to be with that one woman, man. And it just seemed like every time I tried to do that, you know, you lose your girl to a player, or your girl ends up cheating on you with a player. Now keep in mind, this men trying to be player thing is coming from females. So I gotta keep this in your face when it comes to this. You know what I mean? Keep that in mind. Keep in mind that I'm gonna say from 18, really 15, but let's just say from 18 to really still to this day, I tried to be with one girl, you know what I mean, and all that other shit. Tried to do everything right. Everything that society tells you to do. Just like Stephen Cole and all them would say. Like, do everything that society tell you to do and watch you get shit on. Do everything that these women say they want you to do and watch you get shit on. And you even got, I'm noticing now that you're starting to see men who wanted to be players, now all of a sudden that they're older, now they don't want to be players no more. They're co-signing this shit. But guess what? They done got their rocks off with everybody. They done used every girl, fucked every girl, and all this other shit. Just like these women have got their rocks off and slept with every man and done all this shit. Now they want to shame other people who already got it when they was 18. A lot of us already got it. Don't sleep around. Don't do this. Don't do that. And where did it get a lot of us? Becoming red pill and watching red pill videos. That's where the fuck it got us, because we got played. So don't ever judge somebody when you don't know what they've been through. Like T.I. said, you can't judge me because you don't know the life I've lived. You don't know what I've gone through. And when I say me, I'm talking to any person. If you want to be a player for life. Who are they to tell you what you should and should not do? See, the problem with the females is they want to sleep around and have all their cake and eat it too when they young, because they got all the power. And if they look good and shit, they got all the power. But it comes a time to where they're no longer number one because there's other younger women. And what they're doing is they're attacking them because they don't want men older to deal with them, because they know the older men are really the better choice. The older men who have kept themselves together and really stayed on point. Not older men who fell off. We're not talking about them. We're talking about older men who have became businessmen and all this other shit. The older women know that those are the prime choices. So what they're trying to do is keep those men, they're trying to shame those men and say, how dare y'all not take one of us now after we done slept with everybody and we was already players. We as female players. How dare you not take us now? Your life's almost over. Sit back and shut up and accept us for who we are. Even though we slept around with everybody and everything. How dare you try to do that? That's all it is, man. They know, for one, they can't beat the younger girls out. Remember, you're a dude that's older that took care of yourself. You're a dude that took care of yourself and you're older and you have options, and they know that. So they're going to shame you. But keep in mind, those were the same women that didn't want you when you was younger and you got shit on all those times and you didn't try to be the player. Remember that? A lot of us found the red pill video channels because we was getting shit on by women. Right? Just like some women find channels when they're getting shit on by men, because you wasn't trying to be a player. And to this very day, I'm still not trying to be a player. But don't try to tell me I gotta settle down and be with a woman after they done already had their fun with every man on earth. And then some of these so-called ex-players, if you want to call them that, but they probably still cheat behind they grow back. Anyway, they want to act like they settled down now, they missed it right now, and because they done, because they done fucked everybody and all that. Now they want to settle down, and they want to co-sign this shit. You know what I mean? But they was the same motherfuckers that wanted to be players while you was trying to be the while you was trying to be the one-woman man, they was out being players. Now they're script and flip because they old and ran down and shit, and they can't get women no more. And so they say, fuck it, I might as well just pick my girl. Now they want to shame the other guys who have preserved themselves and become businessmen, took care of themselves and all that, and say, how dare you try to be a player now? You're too old. Or a bachelor, you're too old for that. But keep in mind, these usually are the same dudes that tried to not be the player. Nobody didn't want to fuck with them because the devil's at work. Remember, the devil's here to destroy, so he's always going to keep you away from the guys that he can see that this guy going to go somewhere. So let me keep these women away from him. You go like this one over here. You know, the same guys that are co-signing this shit. That don't want to be players no more. Yeah, you don't want to be a player no more. Because from 18 to fucking 35 or 40, you was doing every fucking thing you shouldn't have been doing. Yeah, you don't want to be a player no more. But don't shame the guy that tried to be with a woman from that time frame and couldn't find one because she wanted to be a player too. Or she liked the players instead of the guy that wanted one woman. What's the common denominator in all this shit, man? The man who wants to be the one-woman man got shit on from 18 to like 35. And now it's your time to shine and they want to take that shit from you. Sit back, how dare you? Sit back like us. We didn't ruin our shit. We can't be players no more. Because the younger generation have came in, now we can't be players. So how dare you, guy that preserved himself? Nah, you got to suffer like us now. Even though you suffered from 18 to 35 while they was out having fun and sleeping with everybody, doing everything in the world. I'm telling y'all, man, I ain't saying to be a player. Y'all know my channel don't move like that. But what I am saying is, if you want to be a player, do it. Who are they to tell you too old to do this or that? Man, they was too old to be players at 18. How about that? Since everybody want to act like they so smart and they got it all figured out, you was too old to be a fucking player at 18 years old. You should have stopped trying to be that then. I did. I'm no different than you. So I'm not trying to hear that the dudes in their 40s are too old to be players. No, you're too old to try to be a player at 18. Period. Because at 18 is critical for you to do the right things in life and make the right decisions. And that's a female or male player. It's not just one or the other. It's both. 18, once you've grown, it's time to stop playing around. Once again, people are deceiving y'all, man. Making you think it's okay. So it's okay to be a player from 18 to 30, right? Or should I say 18 to 39? It's okay to be players then, but once you turn 40, stop being a player. How stupid does that sound? People just talk because they got lips, man. They're not telling y'all what the real is. What the real really is you're too old to be a player once you hit 18. I'll give you 21. I'll give you a grace period. But really 18, because now you're grown. Now it's time to start going to work and taking life serious. So really, all those people with all that capping, yeah, this person's 40 and that person's 40, you too old, you about to die and all this bullshit. Man, they should have been saying that at 18, man. That lets you know they small-minded. Because you hear me telling y'all 18 is too old. Once you turn 18, that's too old to be a player. They telling y'all when you get 40. Your life done. Let's be real about it. You are too old to be a player at 18, not 40. The thing is, they try to be players, male and female players, from 18 to 40. Now they no longer can do it, but now they see the people who didn't get picked and who was trying to be the one woman or one man person, and they still shining at 40. They still looking good. They still got all their hair and all that shit. Now they hate. How dare you be a player? You too old for that. And I've never, ever been the person to say be a player. I've always tried to be a one-woman man. But at some point, motherfuckers get tired. You get tired of getting the woman cheating for the player. Because you don't want to be the player, so the devil's always going to try to convince the woman to leave the guy that's actually good for her. That's what it really is. It ain't about no better sex and all that bullshit. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. All that, the good guy don't know how to fuck. Fuck, bullshit. You ain't got to be no bad dude to know how to fuck a woman. Get out of here with that bullshit. What it really boiled down to is the fucking devil. Knowing that you wanted to be that one man for that woman, and when you was younger, he's able to convince the female to go do this and do that. The same thing with the men. He's able to convince them to do their bullshit. Stop me when I'm lying. All these men finding these red pill channels and shit, they was trying to be a one-woman man. Now all of a sudden, when they tired of it, like, fuck it, I give up. They want to keep doing this and doing that. I don't even want a woman no more. Fuck it. I'm just living my life and talk to whoever the fuck I want. Now they want to shame you and say you're too old for that. How dare you? I'm in a relationship stuck with somebody I don't want. You need to be too. Nah, fuck that, because you had all your fun. When you was 18, from 18 to 35, sleeping around while I was working and grinding every day and trying to be a one-man woman, you know what I mean? A one-woman man. You was out doing all this and all that. Don't flip it now. This is what these dudes are doing. They flipping it now. And trying to shame you for the shit they was doing. Because they know they're no longer able to do it anymore. Because they done expired. The ghetto got the best of them. That don't just happen to women. It can happen to men too. Ghetto got the best of you, nigga. If I don't want to commit to a woman no more because I'm tired of the bullshit, or because you bad dudes have ran the women down, and by the time you 40, they pretty much cooked, I don't have to settle for that. Why do I got to settle for something y'all done damaged and already used up if I don't want to do it? Not saying I wouldn't. Maybe I will find a chick that I like. Not saying that I wouldn't. But why do I got to? I don't. You didn't. When you was from 18 to 35 having all that fun, remember, everything was on your side. Because you wasn't the good guy. You was the bad guy, the player. Didn't nobody tell you to stop. You did what you wanted to do. Now you want to knock the motherfucker down to get it. Like, man, guess what, man? Most women, they just don't get it. They don't get it. They're going to do what they want to do, so I'm not committing. It doesn't necessarily mean a motherfucker want to be a player. A lot of dudes don't want to be players, man. They just tired of the bullshit. They tired of being the good dude, the right guy, because they understand, they see that it gets you nowhere. The guy that cheat get loved and everything. The woman never leaves the motherfucker. Now I'm trying to tell you, don't cheat. Be the cheater, and she gonna love you forever. Most of them, not all of them, but most of these women, be the cheater, and she gonna love you forever. Don't cheat, and your ass gonna get cheated on. I've seen it too many times with different men. I've seen it personally with my own self. Do I go around playing women? See, a player is a person that deceives a woman. That's another thing. Just because I don't want to commit, like when I say I'm talking to any man that doesn't want to commit. Just because the man or woman, just because they don't want to commit don't mean they're a player. A player deceives a person, lies to you, uses you. Not saying, you know what, I don't want a girl right now. We can have fun. That's not really a player. That's a person being straight up. I don't want a girl right now. Maybe I don't want one forever. Who knows? Why does a person feel this way though? Because they probably tried to be a person, they probably tried to be a one woman or one man person to somebody and kept getting shit on. So they said, fuck it, man. See, the players don't understand this because they was too busy being a player from 18 to 35. That's why they don't understand it. Like, why ain't you settling down now? Yeah, you want to settle down because you didn't fucking fucked everybody. I bet you do want to settle down now. You done already had your fun. Now you want to judge the next motherfucker that tried from 18 to 35 to get with people and kept getting shitted on. That's woman or man, because it happens both ways. It ain't always the woman going out having her fun with every man and shit. Sometimes women get played too. Sometimes a woman's faithful to a man that cheats and constantly cheating, and she constantly faithful to this dude. Anyways, y'all, 18 is too old to be. After 18, that's too old to be a player. So we gonna talk numbers. Let's be real about it. Let's not throw that fake shit out there. I think what's happening is a lot of the so-called players, realize that, oh shit, I'm almost 40 now. So yeah, let me start saying this because the game's not fair. It's not in my, I don't have the upper hand anymore. So now I'm ashamed, motherfuckers, is what they're doing. If you were somebody that was a player, you have no right to tell nobody else, don't be a player. You was a player. You was playing people. You had your fun. Now the ride's over. You don't want nobody else to get on the ride. Why the fuck did you get on the ride then? If it's so bad, why did you get on it? I know it's a bad ride. That's why I really never tried to be a player, ever. Maybe little spurts. Maybe little spurts. From like when I was teenager, every now and then, you know what I mean? But deep down inside, I always wanted a girlfriend. Always. And still do. But don't tell me I got to commit to women that let y'all destroy them. I don't got to do that. Or the next man that preserve himself. Or the next woman who preserved herself. Why she got to pick from all these other dudes that these women destroy? All these other dudes that these women destroy because she's older now. Maybe she don't want to commit no more. Maybe she's done. That don't mean she's a player though. And furthermore, this is another thing I gotta say before I go. You're too old. Your life's almost over. Do you not realize that you could die tomorrow? It don't matter what age you are. This is the blockhead shit that people say. You should have been thinking that way when you was 18. It took you till 40 to figure that out? That's the sad part. It takes them till 40 years old to figure this shit out. You don't have to die for your life to die. Like Pac said, don't end your life before you begin your life. So that same speech of your life's almost over, it's too old to be a player, should have been applied when you was 18, not 40. It's too late. You might as well just go ahead and be a player at 40. If you already been a player this whole time, you might as well just keep doing it. Because you done already fucked up what you could have been in life. I'm just keeping it real, man. And no, I do not condone anybody being no player. Because a player has to deceive somebody. But if you don't want to commit to somebody, don't. Look at the people, man, they lied. All they do is lie and cheat. Every other reel you see on this motherfucker, somebody getting cheated on. And y'all want to criticize motherfuckers who try to always be that person from 18 to 35. At some point, you get tired, man. You say, fuck it, I don't even care. I'm just going to love myself and live my life. Everybody want to talk about life's too short. Your life's almost over. Well, motherfucker, I want to live my life. And I don't want to live it committing to people who lie, cheating, all this shit no more. That shit gets old. If you want to be in that shit, go ahead. But all I see out here is a lot of people lying and cheating on each other. That's all I see. Or people liking the wrong people. So if you're the good person, they probably going to jump ship any fucking way. So you lose either way. Even if you don't try to be the player, you still get shit on. So why not just love yourself and live your life? That's how I see it. I'm not against fucking relationships. I tried, man. When everybody else of my age, 18 and shit, when they was out doing that shit, I was trying to have a girlfriend and just cool out. Because I already did all the street shit and all that shit. I was trying to cool the fuck out. That whole time. And even to this very day, you don't see me going out to no club and looking for women and all that shit. I don't have no kid restricting me. There's no kid. I don't got no girl. Got plenty of money. I look good, all that. You still don't see me out doing that shit. But don't tell me I got to commit to somebody because of an age or some shit. For what? So I got to commit to women that y'all had y'all way with? That overlook the good guy like me? Ah, that lame, I ain't worried about him. I want somebody popping bottles in the club. You players who are co-signing. That's what I'm talking about. Because you done now. Well, you really ain't done. You probably still cheating behind the girl back. You just too old to, you just not the younger person in the game. It's the younger dudes getting the girls now. So your ass got to commit to a chick. That's what it really boiled down with. If y'all really want to know the truth, these players never stop. And I'm not judging somebody if they want to be a player. But don't judge other people. Because you decided that you can't be a player no more for whatever reasons because you didn't ran yourself in the dirt. And now you see this other guy who wasn't getting all the women like that, but he was handling his business. Now he got a business or something now. Oh, don't you be a player at 40. Man, I could do, why not? If I wanted to, why not? I preserved myself. You didn't. Don't get mad, because now I got the upper hand. Player. Because now I'm the player, even if I don't want to be. I got the upper hand now. The women wake up. Women get smart and see that these guys wasn't the ones we should have been fucking with. It was them the whole fucking time. That's what it boiled down to, people. Do you, man. Don't ever let nobody but God tell you what you should be doing out here. If you don't feel like committing to somebody, don't do it. Love yourself. Who says you got to commit to somebody and be lied to and cheated on and arguing every fucking night and shit? Who wants that? I don't. What's the point? If that's what relationships are, which I know for the most part, that's what the fuck they are, why the fuck am I going to do that again? Fuck that shit, man. Look at all the people having kids out of wedlock and all that shit. These be the same ones telling you you're too old, you need to settle down with somebody, you're too old. You can't just settle down with anybody. Well, you want me to be like you now? Nah, I'm cool on that, man. And believe it or not, a lot of these dudes are suffering now. Some women too, but believe it or not, why I say believe it or not, because the gender. You wouldn't think that a lot of men that you've seen that was players and shit, you'd be like, whoa, such and such finally settled down. Man, dude probably didn't settle down. What happened was dude probably struggling, now he needs a woman. You know what I mean? He can't make it on his own no more. The fucking economy is off the chain. So, now he settled down. Nah, that's not what happened. With a lot of these players, people don't change. You don't be a player from fucking 18 all the way to 37, and now all of a sudden you just want to be with one woman. Stop it. Either that shit was already in you from the very beginning or it wasn't. Just like I can't go from always wanting to really be a one-woman man to now all of a sudden 37 or something, I'm going to be a player. It's not going to happen. It's not in me. It's not in me. Because I've always wanted to be that. So you could go both ways with it. These people who are making y'all think that they retired their jersey and shit, they ain't retired shit. They might settle down a little bit because they older, but they still going to be fucking around and doing what they do because that's what they do. They've been doing it all their life. Man, I'm done with this shit, man. Do what y'all want to do. Don't let people tell y'all what y'all shouldn't do. I'm not telling anybody to be a player in this video. I'm just saying do what you want to do. They did it. The people you hear saying that shit are the same people who did the fucking player shit from 18 to 35. And if you somebody 18 watching this shit, don't listen to that concept of, you're 40 now, it's too late, you better stop being a player. No, you should, or your life's almost over. You should have that mentality at 18 years old. That I can literally ruin my life if I try to be a player at 18. Don't be like them and wait till 40 and finally get it. They finally get it. At 40, 35, 40, they finally get that your life's almost over. You better not be a player no more. Man, look, we all could die tomorrow. God forbid anybody. You know what I mean? But I'm just being honest. So all that age shit does not matter. It don't matter. You should already have that mindset at 18. I've always had that mindset. Imagine a motherfucker saying, I'm going to be a dad now. My kid's 20. I'm going to be a dad now to him. You could do it. I mean, if your kid let you or whatever, but it's too late. Because I've seen it with my own dad. And he's dead now, but I didn't dislike my dad or hate him. But I don't even want you to be my dad now. Even though you are my dad, but, you wanted that from the very beginning. When you was a kid, you wanted that shit. It's too late now. I didn't already become my own damn dad. What can you really do for me now? So don't listen to these people, man. A lot of people out here lying and cheating and shit. If you feel more comfortable being alone or single, then keep it that way. Because 9 times out of 10, I'm going to tell you the truth. If you get with people, they're going to get tired of you, bored of you, or they're going to cheat or something. 9 times out of 10. Because people let their own selves down. So you know there's a good chance they're going to let you down. And I'm not telling you don't have hope with people and don't have hope in love. But if you feel better or you feel okay alone, why rush it? Get with people. You know how they are. And nobody's immune to this shit. I don't care how good you look, how much money you got, none of that. That's not going to save you from the fucking devil tempting people. And you got to understand you're dealing with a lot of reformed players. You know, now they're going to act like they're not players and try to shame people that don't want to be in relationships, but really they was the players the whole time, and they're basically reformed. But at any given moment, the devil can, don't you miss this? Look at old girl or look at dude. You know what I mean? It's gonna come back. Just like I told y'all, it's almost impossible. Even let's say I do want to be a player, right? But I've always wanted to be a one-woman man from 18, right? There's no way I could really truly be a player because I've always wanted to be the one-woman man the whole time. I could probably do it for a couple months or something, but as soon as I find a chick I like, right, I'm going to probably want to just be with her or deal with her or sleep with her because I've been doing it the whole time. So the same thing applies. What trailer I got? The same thing applies with the players. A lot of these people you see in relationships are only in relationships now because they're no longer the first draft choice when it comes to being players. They started falling off on the market. They wasn't the hottest commodity anymore, and they start noticing that. Like, damn, I'm not getting hit on as much and this and that. Or I'm getting older. I better hurry up and get somebody and settle down. Or I don't got as much money as I used to have. I better get me a girlfriend. I can't be a player no more. All this shit, man. People kill me, man. People kill me, man. But I had to say this shit. I had to make that video. Because even if I want to be a player, even if I do want to be a player, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I earned the right to do that because I tried to be the guy that wanted to be with the woman. Right? I sat back and watched everybody be the player while I tried to take the high route. Like, y'all can have that pussy and that too. I ain't even gonna fuck with it. I'm not even gonna try to be a player. I'm gonna be the right guy and still get cheated on and shit on, you know, because you've been the right guy and the devil, you know. So even if I did want to be a player, after all the shit I've been through and seen, who is anybody else to tell me I can't? I wouldn't do it though, because I know God got heat for me. You know what I mean? That's the main reason why I wouldn't do that, because I know that God ain't he ain't playing that. You know, that's why a lot of people's lives are fucked up now, because they chose to be players, right? And this could be the reason why guys like me are in great positions, because they chose not to be the players. Or females. You can apply that vice versa. Man, I ain't got it yet? All right.
Gonna be one of the last ones, as usual.
Yeah, I ain't tripping.
It seems like you're either like one of the first ones or one of the last ones. Never be you in the middle.
Nope. Man, on that bullshit. It's alright. Alright, y'all, I'm out of here, man. I'm done talking about the shit, man. I'm done talking about it, man. It just grinds my gears because I know a lot of motherfuckers who be saying this shit was players. Like, I sat back and seen it. And a lot of times what really grinds my gears too is you got the people who tried to be with somebody they don't even end up with people when they're older a lot of times. And then the players, they always end up with somebody. Even though they did all that dirt, at the end they still end up with somebody. Why? Because they're good at attracting people, because they've been players. You know what I mean? They don't really deserve nobody, but they end up with somebody. And then the people who really should deserve and get somebody because they tried to wait it out and wait for this right person and shit, they really deserve somebody, but a lot of times that's not the case. A lot of times you see the bad chick with the men and you see the good women single. And same thing vice versa. It is what it is, man. Live y'all life, man. Live y'all life, man. You know, a lot of people say, I ain't never getting married again. And you gotta think, a lot of people have been married, they got kids, they had kids and all that shit. So a lot of people don't even want to, they don't even want to be married or anything anymore. So who is somebody to judge them and say, well, you're wrong because you don't want to commit to people no more. Man, they tired, bro. They tired, man. They tried that shit. It didn't work for them. You know what I mean? They probably tried multiple times. It just didn't work for them. It is what it is, man. I don't blame them. I do not blame a woman if she say, you know what, I don't even want to commit to a man. Most men are going to say she just want to sleep around, she for the streets. Maybe she tried to be the wife and it didn't work. It is what it is. Most men ain't acting right. I guarantee you every woman that watches this video on my YouTube probably got a married man in her inbox. At some point, I guarantee it. Guarantee it. And don't think that it can't be you next. They can switch up on you at any time. Everything could go perfect for years and then they could just switch up. That's woman or man. But when it comes to me, I've never tried to be a player. I'm more like now, I just don't see why to be with anybody. Unless I really could trust them after a certain amount of time, that's the only way I see it. But even if I don't, it's okay. I don't care. You know, it's like they try to shame people because they're okay being alone. Well, after you then been through so much betrayal and lying and shit, which is only possible if you're not a player, you know, that's what players don't get. You know, these so-called, I'm no longer a player motherfuckers. That's what they don't get. After you've been through the ringer basically so long, you don't want that shit no more. The reason why a lot of these players are okay with trying relationships now is because they was playing everybody the whole fucking time. They really wasn't getting, their heart wasn't going through that bullshit like the people who really was trying to love. That's why they don't understand. That's why they don't understand, man.